Welcome back to another Christmas Never Watch Alone, where you'll never have to watch a movie alone again. I'm your host, Tim Leifheit, and joining me, as always, is my good buddy, Sean. What's up, Sean?
Happy to be here, as always.
Yeah, and of course, if you want to just, for us to get to talk about the fucking movie already, get to the commentary, as always, there is a sync button below where you can skip ahead for our pre-conversation. But getting into it, we're doing a really weird, Christmas one, to the point where I actually even have to question whether or not this is a Christmas movie myself, because there's barely any Christmas in it.
Yeah, and to that point, this was when we sat down together, you and I, behind the scenes, to hash out what we wanted to do here. You suggested this. Now, I love this movie, so I wasn't going to complain, but seeing this pop up on other people's, unconventional Christmas movie lists, I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? It's weird.
It's just not a Christmas movie. I don't put it anywhere near that category. At least every other movie we have done that kind of skirts the line is very Christmas adjacent. This is barely. This barely gives a pinky to it.
Yeah, I know, which is weird because another one that I wanted to try was Spielberg's Catch Me If You Can, because at least, they have that recurring theme of Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks talking every Christmas, and there's actually Christmas music in the soundtrack. That's the other. I thought, well, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, maybe it'll act, because I literally watched it a couple days ago because I've heard about it for years. It's just I never actually sat down and watched it because there's just too much to fucking watch these days. But I popped it in and I really liked it. But I'm like, hey, wait a minute, there wasn't a goddamn Christmas track in here at all.
Right. Well,
that's so strange.
However, the most important thing to remember about this movie is, if anyone listening to this, to our strange little corner of the internet, like the MCU and Iron Man at all, you owe this movie your thanks, because this is 100%. This is the movie that I credit with revitalizing Robert Downey Jr.'s career after his recovery from alcoholism and all the drugs. All the drugs. The man had been in prison. When you grow up on the silver screen and you end up in prison over your addiction antics, oh boy.
Hey kids, you remember your favorite movie, Avengers Endgame, and how freaking amazing that was to see Tony Stark sacrifice himself for the betterment of the universe? Google his past and come back with the same set of rose-colored glasses. I guarantee you're gonna have a whole new perspective.
But yeah, you like him even better though. That's kind of
no. For us that knew about how his stuff, there were even Simpsons jokes about that. It's like the family's driving through Hollywood and they see oh look, it's Robert Downey shooting at the police. He must be shooting a movie. Where are the cameras?
Yeah. Well, one of the things I love is, or I found really amusing, when the news first came out that he had been cast as Tony Stark, there were so many people being like, what the hell? Meanwhile, all of us people have read the comics, and I'm like, oh yeah, brilliant alcoholic, great casting, let's go.
Yeah, for real. When we saw that, I'm like, that is fucking perfect. And I'm like, and that's, I think, why I really wish they leaned a little bit more into the Demon in a Bottle storyline in Iron Man 2. But, that's for Marvel Movie of the Month. We're here to talk about the movie that gave him his break, and Shane Black's big break for the MCU, too. Because, after he got the role of Iron Man, he was like, I really want to get Shane Black as a Marvel movie director, because he gave me the chance to He gave me the chance to show that I could be Tony Stark.
Yeah, and
he did.
I mean, and this is Shane Black's directorial debut, and it's, I'm a little conflicted simply because, don't get me wrong, I mean, I really like his later movie, Nice Guys. It's great. He hasn't done a whole lot as a director, but this is also the man who gave us Lethal Weapon. I mean, this is the guy who was like, hey, we're going to do buddy comedy action shit. And don't get me wrong, he does it obviously very well. I mean, it plays here. The Lethal Weapon franchise has done spectacularly well throughout its history. And I mean, his follow-up, The Nice Guys, while it offended all of my elderly relatives, I adore it.
That's Shane Black. Is like he often makes movie, unless it's Iron Man 3. He makes movies you probably shouldn't watch with your grandparents.
Yeah, but you know what this also kind of reminds me of in the absolutely funniest way about this?
What's that?
You know, we're talking about how his stuff, how it ties into the MCU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what we were given, or at least I feel the world was given because of Nice Guys?
What's that?
I'm going to mess up her first name, but Angourie Rice.
Oh.
Who, you know, she's one of the cast members of the Spider-Man franchise currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blonde one who has also shown her dramatic chops in Mayor of Easttown. So it's like she is a fantastic actress.
Oh my god,
Shane
I totally
Black.
Forgot she. Yeah, I totally forgot she was in The Nice Guy.
Yeah, Shane Black putting her on the map. So it's like, you know, we got this man to thank for some nice things happening out there in the cultural world. He was,
I mean, well, I kind of want to get started on the movie because there's tons of stuff to be talked about. Shane Black's influence on movies of the last, 20, 30 years. Because, he came onto the scene with Predator. He actually did rewrites for Predator on location when needed. And he's been doing, like, a lot of ghostwriting and had his hand on, like, dozens of movies we've all probably know, but we have no idea that he had credit for them.
Interesting.
Because that shit goes uncredited. Yeah, because in addition to writing Lethal Weapon, he was ghostwriting a whole bunch of shit. He was like precursor Joss Whedon. Silently ghostwriting shit.
This kind of reminds me, there was actually a funny book put out by the guys who I think wrote Night at the Museum about how to write for Hollywood. And they had this whole thing about, like, always be nice and great and graceful when you are fired or let go from a project. Because there is substantial chances that you're going to be brought back onto that project.
Yeah. And if you don't believe me, check out this great documentary by the late John Schnepp, Superman Lives, What Happened. That's a great one. And I really highly recommend anyone who hasn't heard of it. It tells a tale of Tim Burton directing a Superman movie in the 90s that never got made, starring Nicolas Cage as the Man of Steel. It's bizarre, it's weird, it's cool. Check it out. But we're not here to talk about that one. We're here to talk about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So hopefully y'all have a copy somewhere. Please get a Blu-ray and support this movie because more movies like this need to be made now, especially nowadays more than ever. It's not streaming on a whole lot of places, but you can always rent it from Amazon Prime or Vudu or whatever. But either way, I hope you got yourself a copy because we are rolling in 3, 2, 1, click.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about the success of this because it was actually far more successful internationally than it was here in the U.S., but while it didn't open on that many screens or do that well here, it did stick around in theaters for like 4 months. So it had staying power for what it was, but
as a matter of fact,
over 70% of the revenue it brought in came from overseas, which this is 2005. So this is before the overseas markets are being looked at as like, well, that's where we really need to make sure we're cleaning up. Yeah.
Because I remember when this movie came out, they were really doubtful that it was going to make any money because, they were like, we're only going to give you $10 million. And then it goes for $15 million, and they're like starting to panic and whatnot. But then, they showed it to, I think they actually screened it at Sundance.
No.
To get it in.
They showed it to the Warner Brothers people who loved it, and then Warner Brothers made sure it was their opening at Sundance, and it got a standing ovation.
Okay, yeah, and then from there, they're like, okay, then this movie's probably going to make back their money at least.
Yeah.
Like, it's not too bad it's going to be over budget. It's fucking shit. I still wondered where the hell, like, when did this movie become The Prestige? Also, seriously, who gave, like, I know this is supposed to take place in, like, the late 70s, early 80s or whatnot, but who gives a child a chainsaw?
Apparently that person was actually a stunt child.
Great intro. From there, I'm like, oh, we are in for a great LA story.
Right.
And also, now this is cool, is like, we don't see a whole lot of movies with this anymore, with the title card sequence.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. Something else I really like about this, is that before this movie started, before they started filming it, the director had them sit down with sat down with the people who are going to be starring in it, and made them watch like classic kind of detective grime kind of movies, such as
Point Blank.
Yeah, and I mean, if for anyone out there who's interested in like classic where these kind of movies come from, check out Point Blank, because my gosh.
Yeah, actually, you know, it kind of makes me think that it was kind of the same attitude that Rian Johnson was doing when he was making Knives Out. He's like, I want to basically make a weird subversion of the whodunit. And, you know, in this case, Shane Black's doing a weird subversion on, you know, the hard-boiled detective story.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of this is heavily inspired off of Raymond Chandler books, which I actually enjoy. Yeah. I've read several of them myself. For that kind of stuff, it's good, and I think that's kind of why
Joel Silver.
Yeah, and actually, there's an interesting point about Joel Silver is they were able to finagle it so Shane Black only had to report to Joel, didn't have to deal with anyone else at the studio.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
They kept it a one-on-one to make things as streamlined as possible.
Yeah, I think because, you know, Joel Silver got a lot of fucking props with Warner Brothers on that sort of thing because of his success with the Wachowskis on the Matrix trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually the director's house.
Yeah, it's so I guess, you know, I guess like, you know, like 20-odd years of, you know, ghostwriting Hollywood. You must get a shitload of money for ghostwriting because
and apparently,
he's got a fucking mansion.
Yeah, and apparently he is known for actually throwing parties like this.
Oh, yeah, you know, I believe that. Like, you know, because Shane Black, I'm told, is like a weirdo, goofy fuck in real life. Like, he's the guy that if you were sitting at either at a party or in a diner, you would never think to look at him. But when you actually talk to him, it's like, yeah, he's a really smart, but also really goofy fuck. And, of course, one of the other great things about him is I think he is the master of the rambling dialogue. Isn't he?
Well, he is, but he does this brilliant thing that is like unique to kind of his movies, which is he has dialogue just get cut off, thoughts trail off into nothing, and that's how people actually are.
Yeah, but it's also really funny when it's worked that way because it's such a weird subversion. Because it kind of reminds me of. I think the only he might have been like, you know, taking notes from the Coen brothers, because if you watch like, you know, the Big Lebowski, the Sam Elliott narrator is like, sometimes there's a man, sometimes there's a man. Oh shit, forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, here's the dude. It's like. I feel like, you know, they've been taking notes from that sort of thing. Also, this is a brilliant fucking setup. So, hey, Karens are even out at Christmas Eve, right?
Right.
Gun-toting Karens, man. Oh, fuck. Run away. Nope. well, this is a familiar setting for Robert Downey Jr., I'm sure. But I do really think this is only in fucking LA can, a criminal running away from the cops accidentally wander into a test screening. And of course, because it's LA, none of them notice the bullet wound in his arm.
This is not LA, this is New York, but yes.
Yeah.
It's New York. Someone's shot, who cares?
Oh, of course. Like, that's just, fucking Monday. I do really think this is just so funny that, like, a day into being in LA trying to rob a toy store on Christmas Eve, he accidentally gets into a test screening and he gets the part.
Right.
That is genius. That's honestly something I would have seen in, like, a classic Hollywood, it sounds like something. This is probably one of the highest compliments Shane Black's probably going to get that he's never going to hear, but it reminds me of like scripts that Billy Wilder would do. And for cats, if you don't know who Billy Wilder is, stop what you're doing.
Oh my gosh!
And Google that man. Like, he's the dude who did 7-Year Itch, The Apartment.
Starlight 13.
Yeah, Sunset
17.
Boulevard.
Yeah,
Sunset Boulevard. Like, he's literally probably one of the greatest script writers who ever lived. So the fact is that I'm saying this feels like something Billy Wilder wrote. That is like one of the highest compliments you can give a script. Only in LA does that quite literally. This is, I think this might be the greatest joke, cinematic joke that, or Hollywood in joke that you literally just fail upward.
By the way, that is entirely true. I have a friend who's a prop master, and people, when they find out he's a prop master at Hollywood parties, just like, I'm gonna look for someone else because I'm trying to make connections.
Yep.
That shit is legit.
Yep. They are all about their elitism and networking. It's actually a weird obsession for them because Lord knows I've been trying to do that just so I can find a way to fail upwards. But maybe I should just rob a store and run from the cops and wind up in a test screen and wind up in a.
That's not how that normally works.
I know, that's the joke, Sean. It's a joke. Go with it. Jesus. Oh, hey, look, it's back home back in the winter. Yeah.
Oh.
A little kid reading pulp novels. Love it.
Yeah. It's
literally every actress in Hollywood, in LA's upbringing. Just like, I'm going to go to LA and I'm going to be rich and famous.
So, interesting little note here.
Yeah.
So one of the original people that was cast on this movie before we ended up with this wonderful cast that we got.
Yeah.
Johnny Knoxville was originally cast in the role that Robert Downey Jr. got. Yeah, think about how weird that would have been.
Oh, I love the stream of consciousness where you have to stop the screening.
Yeah, it's great.
But it's weird that they do the film reel effect, because usually they'll just have it, freeze frame it or whatnot. Also, hey, check it out. That's Iron Man before Iron Man. I guess in a movie where Robert Downey Jr. is acting charmingly manic, we gotta have a dude in a suit of armor.
That bat, Wonder Girl, it's a reference to The Natural because he has Wonder Boy on his bat.
Oh yeah.
So welcome to what you're going to get from Shane's movies, like all kinds of little cultural references.
Oh, yeah. Hey, check it out. That is totally Demon in a Bottle right there. That's Iron Man 2 pre-Iron Man 2, ain't it? That's hilarious, actually. I actually burst out laughing because I'm like, holy shit, how did they call that? Oh, that's so fucking weird. You know, I have a feeling that Shane Black really, really wanted to have, like, to get, oh, what was his name? Oh, God, it's killing me now. As I Google it, because I'm fucking stupid. I think he actually wanted to get Peter Weller to cameo as that dude.
Oh,
and have
God,
it be
that'd been
RoboCop.
amazing. Have
it just straight up be RoboCop. Because who doesn't fucking love RoboCop? I thought, but it's like, no, Universal rights. You only get $15 million. Make just an off-brand version. And he's like, all right, let's do it.
And she's at the party and has found the book she loves. Oh my gosh!
What a coincidence! Only in these stupid trash novels do things tie in so perfectly.
Well, but what's interesting is that I think one of those, if I remember correctly, is actually titled like "You Wouldn't Want to Live Here." I think. Gosh darn it! What was it? I'm losing my mind. I think one of those is either the working title for the film or it was loosely based off it or something like that. I can't remember. Oh, it's going to drive me crazy now.
Don't, please don't tempt the talent. Seriously, don't do it. Don't do it. And we did it.
I love how this ends up.
Well, it's true though, like, because you really don't want to fuck with actors because, especially like the big name ones, they are in shape, man. They've got nutritionists, they've got personal trainers. They do lots of martial arts training. They will fuck you up. Like even now when Arnold Schwarzenegger is like going on 70, he still can kick my ass. Like, do not fuck with them. Gay Perry. I actually like that because someone pointed out that Gay Perry is a kind of play on words for Gay Paris,
right?
Which is basically Paris, France. Which I'm like, you fucking kidding?
I think what I find very interesting about this movie is the fact that it's the resurgence of Robert Downey Jr.'s career, but it's kind of the last time I remember really loving Val Kilmer in a movie.
Yeah, because, you know, I was like, oh, shit, that's right. Val Kilmer's in this. That's Iron Man and Batman, man.
Right?
We get to have Iron Man and Batman in a movie by the guy who was in Predator. Like, that's kind of fucking cool. And, oh, hey, check it out. It's Spencer, or, what's his name? From Psych. Sean's dad from Psych.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that Corbin Burnson? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, Sean Spencer's dad from Psych, because I haven't watched Psych for so fucking long. That was my jam in college, but I haven't really watched it since. Pay attention to this, folks. This is going to come back later. As in just about everything. And once again, we have a nice freeze frame. nice little tongue-in-cheek thing.
Which is also funny because, well...
Yeah, he did script doctoring for Hunt for Red October. And didn't he also have a cameo?
I don't know. I didn't know that. But what I was going to say, Shane actually has this whole thing where he believes audiences lose their attention span every 28 minutes. And so something has to be done that will let them kind of zone out and then zone back in.
Huh.
So, yeah, you'll kind of notice that trend in his movies about, like, around those time frames.
Fascinating. What the fuck? I actually really thought, it's also weird because, I was trying to think of it, but I really can't think of an earlier openly gay dude in an action thriller.
Yeah, I think it's
one of the first. And, it's also really nice because when you look back on, after watching this movie again, I'm like, wow, they actually really, didn't go into the lispy stereotype that you hear in every sitcom, which I'm like, wow, that's actually really refreshing, which is really and because they only do it once for comedic deconstruction, but otherwise, yeah, it's actually really funny, and Val Kilmer gets some really good lines. My God, it's like. I kind of wish that we would get, because really, what has, like, the last thing that maybe after this that Val Kilmer's done was maybe Bad Lieutenant 2. I know he's going to be in the new Top Gun, but yeah, he's just been doing like crazy weird stuff, like a lot of direct-to-video stuff.
You're not wrong. So I want to talk about this scene.
Yeah.
Because the fun way they describe people, literally Robert Downey lined up all the extras and then picked out who he wanted in the scene so they could play these descriptions. And I love that.
Well, yeah, I like how, they're adding literally to their own wit. Hey, if you think you swear a lot, wait till you go to this really great place called Ohio. Now that's great shit, man. Oh. Duh. Small world. The Harold the Great. Once, of course, it all comes back.
And I love her friend just looking like, fuck.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right?
Some asshole.
Oh, it's like every like high school nerd boy right there.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Lord knows I was there a couple of times myself. But yeah, also just his speech pattern in this movie, you can feel that he was just warming up for Iron Man. Although it's really great because like this was always like, as we talked, like this was Robert Downey Jr.'s foot in the door to go on a path to really making a comeback. And of course, you know, the one that really like made it sink in forever was not just Iron Man, but also Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because people forget, like, Tropic Thunder, he was nominated for an Oscar for that movie that year. His Best Supporting Actor. Like, and he was in blackface!
It's
weird!
I still want to see The Devil's Alley.
Oh, yeah, right. Satan's Alley.
Sorry,
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
yeah,
right?
with Tobey Maguire. I want to see that, too. Like, yes. Yeah, you know what? Maybe that can be another. Shane Black can do that, and it can be like, or better yet, can we have that come back in a Marvel movie? Because Tobey Maguire is going to be showing up. Remember, Tobey Maguire is going to be showing up for No Way Home.
No. Marvel would never go for something like that.
No, it's just got to be in the background. Like if there's a character in a movie theater, just have it in the background for like little bit.
You just figured out the next season of What If.
Oh my god! Yes! Oh my god. Are you listening, Marvel? Do this. Like, you've got Tobey Maguire, you've got Robert Downey Jr. Make Satan's Alley happen. And you know what? Because this is totally up Shane Black's alley, have him do it. And you know what? Get Ben Stiller to get in on that too.
Wait, so you're telling me you want a Shane Black buddy religious gay romance? I don't know how that would work.
Well, in all fairness, I mean, Paul Verhoeven just did Vendetta, and he's done like all our favorite, you know, sci-fi hardcore science fiction movies.
Oh yeah, when you got too drunk and you laid the wrong one.
Whoops. Sorry, my fault. But yeah, no, but you know, if Paul Verhoeven can do Vendetta about, you know, the lesbian nun sexual awakening after doing Starship Troopers, RoboCop, and Total Recall, then why can't Shane Black do that? I ask you. Whoops. Yeah, that's, oh my god. It's again in the speech pattern that he's going, like, man, I am really thinking back, especially to that first Iron Man movie, you know, because he tended to, like, you know, because he'd been doing it for like what 10 years. If you notice towards the end, his performance as Tony Stark really kind of is played down with that manic energy and sort of thing. I guess it's him wanting to, you know, have the character grow up a little bit, but at the same time, yeah, like, it's the early films where I can really just I just can't just like separate Tony Stark's speech pattern from it.
I love this moment right here with the cigarette.
Oh, where he lights the yeah,
because that is so like classic 50s like detective movie kind of stuff. It plays so well.
Yep, and the only thing that's
the cards on chapter titles.
Yep.
Ah,
good shit, man. But yeah, he is just literally a fedora short of being, you know, a true hard-boiled detective. That's not going to come back later, is it? Oh. Now this is genius. You know, any other occasion face, that would be horrible. But considering how, because the character is gay, and Val Kilmer plays it so well,
right? He leads into
brilliant.
It so perfectly. Like the way it's like not necessarily Val Kilmer, but like the character leans into like that persona of himself. So it plays. Yes. And it's also kind of the whole thing of like, if you have humor about it yourself, like, it then becomes your armor. Nobody else can, like, denigrate you with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I really love, wasn't there, like, a weird story about the reindeer here?
Well, I don't know about a weird story, but between every take, like, Robert Downey Jr. just be like, what's up with these reindeer? What are they doing? Like, we just keep calling them out. And it just made everyone else on the set laugh. So, like, every time there'd be a cut, he'd just start being like, what the hell, reindeer?
What are you doing here? What do you want? Yeah, apparently the actual... If you guys have the DVD or Blu-ray, apparently the actual commentary for this movie is fucking fire. So, yeah, if you find ours a little bit too boring or on the nose or whatever... yeah, pop in the DVD and listen to their commentary, because I'm told it's, like, way better than it has any right to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Well, first off, Robert Downey Jr. just riffing is usually a good time.
Oh, always. But throw in Val Kilmer, like, at the... You know, at the when he was at his final... Made his last final great peak. Oh, this is fucking great. I love this subversion so much. Because, again, we've seen this in a movie thousands of times. You know, just the car going over the egg, it's going under, and you hear the body in the trunk and whatnot. But this is brilliant. Although I kind of wish, because I get what, you know, Shane Black is doing here, like, you know, adding suspense and that sort of thing, and showing it only from Harry's point of view. But I kind of wish we had cut down to the point with Perry as he shot the trunk open and got the girl out. I kind of wish we saw that, just so we can see him shoot the lock to get the trunk open.
Yeah, but I mean, I while that would have been a cool shot, that level of murkiness at night, like, there's no justification for it.
That's actually a good point. On location, that'd be really hard. Although, what I really... that's going to come back later. But what I think is really, really funny is, again, it's really playing with your expectations and doing a quote-unquote realistic depiction of violence, in that it's messy and unpredictable and chaotic. Oops. Like, oh man, I shot Marvin in the face. And then, of course, he does the dumbest thing possible. You what? You are so bad at crime, Robert Downey Jr. And that's saying a lot. Punch. That's a great insult.
It really is.
Love it. But it's so true, though, because, like, you know, I love that he accidentally shoots the victim. Although I kind of want Mythbusters to get in on that myth. Like, if first off, because I've seen them test underwater bullet ballistics before, but I wonder, can you use a gun to shoot open the back of a trunk, the lock off a trunk, and can the power, after going through the metal and the water, still hit a victim and kill her?
I think, well, I don't kill her, no, but Penetrate, it depends where the head was in relation to where the lock was.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, as long as like the headshot is like 1,000,000 to 1 shot, but I'll go with it considering the movie and just how fucking weird it gets, and because it's really funny. But I really want to know if they can do that. You hear that, Adam Savage and Jamie? Just, like, come back for a new season and try that out. Just not having it. What? Whoa. Shit just got real. It's okay. I lost my parents. And then I hallucinated about a giant bat and a big red journal book for some reason. There was a whole music video. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Actually, I should link to that one because have you seen the Batman Forever music video with the giant bat?
Oh gosh,
it's fucking weird, man. I'll put that in. Y'all can check that out in the description below. I'll link it to you. You know, when they mentioned the commercial, I was like, if they don't show it, then Shane Black is doing this movie wrong.
And this is a great cameo. That bear, that voice, that voice is Lawrence Fishburne.
Morpheus. You know what? I just now thinking about it, I bet that was like a producer favor from Joel Silver. Is like, you know, off of the Matrix trilogy, like, hey man, you want to do this like weird cameo thing? It'll be like a day thing. We'll pay you. And Lawrence is like, well, why not? I got nothing going on today. Right. Goes in. Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure that was like Joel Silver pulling his Matrix connections. You're not dead? I'm not dead. Think I'll go for a walk. I feel happy. I feel happy. What? Case of mistaken identity? That's never happened in one of these hard-boiled pulp novels. I'm actually curious. Did Michelle Monaghan ever get like put into the MCU at any point? Because you know, I'm watching her.
I'm aware of.
Yeah, because watching her, I'm like, wow, she is actually a really good actress, and why haven't I seen her in other stuff? And as a matter of fact, I was trying to I'm like, you're really familiar, and I was wondering where she was.
Well, she's been in a lot of things, but like.
Well, I know because looking back, I'm like, oh, that's right. She was in the Mission Impossible movies.
Yep.
Like she plays Tom Cruise's wife.
Yeah,
and fictional wife in there.
But yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff, but like it just doesn't ever seem to be like super high level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is kind of a shame because she needs to get into bigger stuff like this. Oh boy. But yeah, it's kind of strange. Like I was in looking back, because I'm thinking, what was her name? Who was in Iron Man 3? You know, the gal that Tony hits up like way back in the 90s. God, what was her? Rebecca Hall. That's right. I'm actually kind of surprised she didn't take Rebecca Hall's role for that movie, because that would have been like a really cool little, kiss kiss bang bang reunion right there. Whoop. You really gotta love how it's like the again, the deconstruction of the the damsel in distress in these sort of novels.
Right.
But I also really love how, like, because unfortunately, literally every dude has been in this situation. But there's an actual spider, like, where they make the excuse, I just saw a spider, or I saw a fly. And it's really super gross. But here, because it's actually... God damn it!
As someone who doesn't like spiders, that's just like,
But I thought it was really funny that they do this setup that we've seen a million times, but the dude is actually honest for a change. That's hilarious. He's like, no, that's not okay. Oh. Son of a bitch, there was. Yeah. Oh, the wit and charm this guy brings to the table.
I like that it's bumbling. It's perfect.
Yes.
But it's like suave bumbling. It's like it's bumbling, but not like bumbling awkward.
No. Well, it is awkward.
It is awkward. Yeah, exactly. It's not like the awkward of like, oh God, get away from me.
Now, this is fucking brilliant. Oh, boy. Oh, no! Oh, shit. No! And then, Warner Brothers saw that, like, hey, we need to put that in another comedy. And then The Hangover. That's when The Hangover happened. Also, I accidentally peed on it. I'm sorry. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do it for kicks. Find the gun. Oh God.
I like this movie is so well written and well done. It's really fun.
It's a real whirlwind that you only see in like, crazy hard-boiled detective movies from like the 50s.
I do love the fact that
yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to
like gain thoughts. It's hard because this is such a whirlwind of thoughts.
Right. Sorry. I love the fact that they. I'm trying to like just how they structure it. Like,
oh yeah. Because it's really like, man, like because they're trying to keep this sense of realism and like trying to subvert certain tropes with more realistic outcomes.
Yeah.
And for comedic effect, it really like messes with the structure because in real life this stuff could wrap up in like a few hours.
Yeah.
So they got to keep figuring out how to do these hilariously convoluted ways to keep the plot going, and of course to make it just as fun to watch. No! Why? 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 I mean, I know why, but why? This isn't New York where you can just have body-shaped, bundles fall off a building. This is LA.
Clearly, you have not been to LA enough.
Actually, you know what? I can imagine a lot of people will be like, must be a film. Like looking out their window and just like, must be for a film. Oh, shit. And again,
now,
doing that... Yeah.
Apparently, Val Kilmer said he thought of, I think it was Kevin Bacon during this scene because he needed to be able to get into it.
I mean, again, if you're going to be thinking about a dude while you're making out with another dude and you wanted to really get into it, Kevin Bacon would probably come to mind. Also, Keanu Reeves. I'm just saying. But I really love it how it's like, taking the hard-boiled detective to cover for the cops. You need to kiss me. But now it's a big... I love how they're playing with that joke. And also, didn't they kind of do that same that joke with Val Kilmer in the movie The Saint? I think so. It's been a while since I've seen it. But you also gotta love the shot design where it's like him putting the body in the trunk while they're arguing in the background. Good shit, man. I actually demand an explanation. I really want to know how you explained that. I think Shane Black literally just wrote himself into a corner and he's like, I did it, don't ask why.
Right?
It's a fucking movie, we're moving on. Shut up.
Suspend your disbelief, go on.
Exactly. Oh, really? Yeah, and again, this one kind of goes back to that cigarette shot with the telephoto lens, the deep focus at night, and that sort of thing, where Robert's just popping out of the background. Because again, he literally that like if you put that in black and white, put a fedora on him, and made it a period piece in the 1940s, boom, there's your hard-boiled detective story right there.
Oof.
Also, if he's only been in LA for like 3 days at this point, good God, what a weekend.
Right?
Am I right? Like, he was just expecting to boost some Xboxes and some toys. Now he's running around with dead bodies and Hollywood movie stars and, tales of corruption and weird high school romances. And of course, there's got to be blood all over the newspapers because film noir.
Yep.
Some things you really just can't leave out, and some things you can. Actually, I just realized, was this okay, yeah, this was well after Chaplin. Chaplin was kind of the beginning of the end for Robert Downey.
Yeah.
Someone needs to call Sean Spencer to get on this case. Am I right? And his good buddy Gus.
I don't know.
I know.
Maybe we need.
You know, I'm not telling the truth. I know. You know.
Maybe we need LeBlanc.
Well, get them all on here. You know, it'll be like those pictures of the Mystery Machine, Ecto 1. And the supernatural car all parked up against like a
Right.
a shoddy looking gas station, and it's like shit's about to go fucking up. Whoops. What? Well, you really gotta love how small a town L.A. is in these kind of stories. Am I right? I'm actually kind of surprised it wasn't. I'm actually kind of surprised that his character just didn't like take like a double take, and he's like, "Man, how the hell does everybody know everybody? Does everybody know everybody in this town?"
Right. I love this moment where the reality of Hollywood gets dumped on him.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Wait for it. He's like, you took a swing at me and that's it? Don't fuck with Batman, son. You may be Iron Man, but you don't have your suit. I don't need my motherfucking Batman suit to to bitch slap you. Yeah, for real. I think it is time to leave town. God, this script is so good.
Val Kilmer really plays an excellent bagman.
Yeah, for real. It's like, man, why haven't you gotten, more work since this? And not just like direct-to-video bunch of stuff where you're, like going back to Wyatt Earp and things like that. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised no one's like thought of putting him in like a Marvel movie or anything like that, because and I'm not just saying that as like, oh, everyone needs to work for Marvel. I'm just saying at this point, pretty much everyone works for Marvel now. Like they've gotten so fucking big. It's like who hasn't been in it? Again, I anytime he's doing this like charming awkward banter with women in this movie, I weirdly only see Gwyneth Paltrow on the other end. Although I really shouldn't be saying that too fondly because Goop Lab. Oh shit. And nope.
It's great. It's so well done.
Yeah. I'd say that the driver of the taxi he's taking right now has like lots of questions, but then again, it's just yeah. Oh, God! Oh, God. You know, I've always heard of plot points, you know, trying to keep the audience on their toes and whatnot, but in this case, keeping them on your finger. In this case, a beat like this is literally like keeping the audience on their fingers.
Oof.
Ow. Ow. I love how he's starting to slur. I can tell that Robert was like, Shane, I really want this done in one take, and I want to get progressively more stoned as the shot goes on. And it works, doesn't it?
I love the fact that, like, he is showing up underdressed, high as hell. And it's...
Yeah, you're not sure.
Well, but yeah, it's also Hollywood, so you have to imagine somebody's probably just like, this guy's probably loaded.
No, actually, when I watched this for the first time, I was looking at this and I'm like, huh, high or just L.A.? And then the dude does the cocksucking motion. I'm like, oh no, this is definitely just L.A.
Yeah.
Because seriously, I was like, oh man, is he just really stoned or yeah? But no. And although I will say this, this has got to be the most interestingly weird non-Tim Burton Christmas party I've ever seen. And honestly, I really want to know what the context of this is going on. I'm like, I know this is supposed to be like a play on, like, you know, pretentious art shows in L.A., but what are we getting at here, Sean? What can you tell me what's going on in here? Because I feel like, you know, I know you've been in like the weird club scenes a little bit more than I have. What's going on in here? Is this supposed to, you know, show that, you know, we can all be weird together, one in harmony for Christmas or something? I don't know. I can't see anything.
So, as far as this is related to, art and extravagance kind of meld in very odd ways. And I think you're going to find that nowhere more than LA.
Yeah, that's true. That right there, that moment was an LA moment, or an Edgar Wright moment, where he dodges the shot glass. That felt like it was directed by Edgar Wright. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Lord of the Cock Rings.
Right.
All right, now because we had a raising your hand moment earlier. Everybody raise your hand if you want to see that porn parody. Hi. Yeah. Lord of the Cock Rings, like, especially if they go the actual 9 yards and make it a 9-hour porn parody, where instead of walking, they're just fucking. Although I feel like that's also going to be the all dude gay porn parody. Because, you know, let's be honest, like the Tolkien books are kind of sausage fests at the end of the day. Oh. You know, it just hit me. I think the reason why Shane Black had this backdrop of this weird fuck fest of a Christmas party, this weird art fuck fest of a Christmas party in the background, is I suspect this is the Christmas, because as we mentioned before, he used his mansion for the opening scene. He throws parties like that all the time. I imagine this is the Christmas party he always wanted to throw but could never make happen. So he's like, fuck it, I'm going to write it into the script.
I have a feeling if he wanted to make one of these Christmas parties happen, he totally could.
And immediately we're like, oh, we know who these guys are. They're the dude in the masks. And it takes him like another 2 minutes. Although I do really like this whole Beavis and Butthead sort of thing going on here. Ah! Yeah, I think he hit his hand. These two fucking idiots.
Frolicking.
Ow! In all fairness, straight people are fucking boring. Ow! Oh. That's okay. I really hate their pizza anyway. Have you ever had LA pizza? It's not that great.
I mean, like everywhere, it depends where you go. I mean, you got a city like LA. I guarantee you, someone does pizza well there.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, of course, it's like a big city. I'm just talking about like LA style pizza.
Why is there an LA style? That's unnecessary.
I know,
we
right?
have New York, we have Chicago. Leave it alone.
Exactly, and maybe like the original Italian, you know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're talking America here. Come on.
Yes. Please don't follow them. Take him to the hospital. Save the finger. No, don't do it. It's never that easy.
No.
You know, again, you guys need to watch more Simpsons, because you remember that one episode where Homer chopped his finger off and they put it in a pickle jar? And he ran around.
They're forgetting right now, though, the #1 rule. I mean, they should know for the...
What's
MacArthur Park is frightening in the dark.
Boo! Boo!
Yes, that deserves a boo, but come on, I couldn't not make the boo.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, hey, check it out. It's Ramona Flowers.
Oh.
Ramona Flowers about to be taken out by Hot Mrs. Claus. Oh, shit. Perry, why are you following that close? Look out! Batman, look out! Oh, shit. Take him out! Ugh. Cockshot! Nice! Gotta have that femme fatale moment. Am I right?
Yeah, but you know what? What for me would have made it better? Let it happen, baby. Boom. And she just shoots him. Like, I love that. Yeah, there's a woman in a scantily clad Santa outfit waving a gun in LA. No one's going to question it.
Again, nope. Seriously. For real. Oh, fuck! Oh, that's one way to get his attention. And again, a really fun subversion, but it's also so fucking true. Wait for it. Before I can take him out. The fucking nacho truck, of course, is the one that takes him out, because so many goddamn guns in America. Everyone's packing, especially in MacArthur Park at night in LA.
It does kind of all track.
Yeah. And now this is also really good good writing, where she just leaves the door open with the keys in the ignition. Of course that's the first car she takes. Please. He's like, no, please, I'm gay. I actually love, if you watch that shot, it's like actually really funny, because you can tell he's like, no, please, no, I'm gay, please. It's really subtle, but I really love how the restraint there.
Oh my gosh, this is.
See, now this is the point in the movie where you're expecting for Robert Downey Jr. to fucking catch her in the shower and whatnot. But it's cool that we don't go there, because I totally thought that's where we were going to go.
Yeah, this movie goes a lot of
familiar routes, but then takes the really cool, unexpected turns.
Yeah, exactly.
But the fact is that it takes those twists and turns based on realistic expectations versus the fantastic ones.
Hold on.
Yeah. What is it? What you seeing?
Christmas song is played. We have a Christmas song played.
Oh yeah, well I also realized there was totally some like offbeat like Christmas jazz music at the party at the very beginning. So I guess we can count those too. So
I'm not saying it's a Christmas movie. I'm just saying we're a little closer.
But hey, yeah, if you want to like ask, is it Christmas? Well, there's your answer. Answer in the comments below whether or not you think this is a Christmas movie. Also, I want to know if you guys are actually watching this movie around this time of year, because holy shit, this movie's goes like in every different direction. Yeah, for real. This feels like a moment that was written by Billy Wilder, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oof.
Yeah, probably not a great idea to put your fingerprints.
No, don't do that. Although, of course, I find it funny that it's the finger that comes off later.
Right.
That's actually again, really fucking funny, and only I think Billy Wilder would have been smart enough to do something like that. Just to have like these unexpected turns, also not just be random, but they actually have payoff and are tightly interwoven into the story. Yeah, and I've got your gun. Not so tough now, huh? Yeah.
You kind of put him through it that day, so sorry, but
bye. I'm sorry, but the gnome table, that's weirdly the best prop you could have had for that.
Yeah, it does work.
You killed Ramona Flowers. I love Scott Pilgrim. This is some bullshit. I was waiting for a sequel, and now it's never gonna come. I guess I'll just recast. Oof. Oh, God. And just to make your day even shittier, even fucking shittier, this happens.
Oh.
Are you? No! Bad dog! Bad! Are you kidding? No. No!
Oof.
Damn, man. See that it's moments like this where you can really see Robert Downey Jr. Show that he's got his magical range back.
Oh yeah.
Hey, guess what? I wonder if that's going to happen
Right?
in this movie. And I'm glad that they don't go like overly like, like constantly turning to the audience for that sort of thing. They know how to keep that kind of banter casual. And plus in LA, that kind of banter is totally natural, I assure you. Like, you go to any fucking cafe at any given day in LA, I guarantee you at least one person is going to be talking movies, plays, or scripts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd still want answers.
Yeah. Honestly, you probably guys should all like skip town for a while, like a long while. Work your shit out and fuck already. I'm a B&E artist. What do you want?
What a great audio cue there.
Right? Yeah, I remember watching this for the first time a couple days ago. I was like, note to self, download soundtrack later. Because there's nothing I love more than a good, jazz-soaked film noir soundtrack.
I mean, hey, it works.
Oh, for sure, dude.
That's why it's standard.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm also a little bit biased because one of my favorite just sounds in general is the saxophone. Like anytime it's played, it's the equivalent of a golden Labrador getting his tummy rubbed. Oh shit! They did a whole bunch of stealing.
Yeah. Stole it all.
Oh boy, here. Of course, in any film noir, we got to show the goods. And his reaction is just fucking brilliant. Although, interesting how this comes back. Oh boy. Uh-huh. That's not restful. That's not sleepy. Excuse me. You know, it's actually interesting because, like, throughout most of this movie, and personally, it's in my headcanon, but I don't think it's, you know, what, you know, the Robert and Shane had in mind. But I'd like to think that Robert Downey Jr.'s character, is in fact a closeted gay even to himself.
I don't know about that. I don't think there's enough with the character that I would.
Or at very least, he's bi. At least. Because I feel like there's like this weird sexual conflict deep within himself that even his character doesn't know about or acknowledge. You know, because I guess it's just the way he constantly reacts to her. Because, you know, she treats his high school sweetheart as if she's like his sister at times. Not all the time, but at times.
Well, I think part of the issue is that I think he has a higher respect and regard for her than maybe she shows for herself. And so he wants her to reciprocate that high self-regard.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that's so much him being sexually confused as him being like, damn it, know your self-worth.
Well, I also feel like at the very end when, you know, he and Val Kilmer are now working together, they're like, hey, we're partners now. And the way that their chemistry is at that last bit just hints to me that, are they like kind of just like sort of, but not really mandating? I don't know. But I like to think that there's this weird bi conflict going on, even unaware to him. Again, I don't think that was ever the intention, but that's my weird headcanon.
I love this scene. Yeah. Because every guy has been in some weird situation like this. It's like, you crossed the line, you lied to me about it, I found out about it later. I don't give a shit what's going on. Like, fuck off. And it's usually a mistake to do that, but every guy has had that emotional moment.
Yeah. But although I had never really had that one there, because I just like I really didn't give a shit. Point is, it's the here and the now. Well, it's like it's in the here and the now, and people change and let the past be the past and whatnot. That's just by my attitude and whatnot.
Well, no, I mean you're completely right, but I don't think a lot of men learn that.
Oh no, but that's totally a thing. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
I don't think we learn that till at least late 20s and early 20s. We make dumb moves.
Yes, absolutely. Or and definitely like late teens, like 18, 19, like totally, and definitely fucking 17. Jesus Christ, 17-year-olds are fucking idiots, me included. I always like to think in my headcanon that there's a very, very subtle, subconscious, even to him, sexual like conflict going on. But again, my headcanon only. If you want, and if you are listening, think I'm totally full of shit, by all means, say so. I would love to hear your thoughts about that. Yeah. Stuff and things and other crap. Oh my god! Times Square audiences, do they like is he talking about Broadway, or is he talking about like the actual Times Square screens? Because
I do not know.
Do they show movies on those big TVs out there? I don't think so. Like, that would be the worst, one of the worst ways to watch a movie. Yeah, I totally forgot. We had to make a pit stop in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Please don't kiss me again. No, well, duh. What do you think this whole thing is based on? Movie. Yeah. I also love how they have to acknowledge the nose bump. Perfect timing. Ow! Actually, I do like the idea of... I kind of wish there was, like, one more beat. Literally, like, he's like Val Kilmer says one more witty thing, and then Robert Downey Jr. gets hit again. And he's like, what the fuck? Yep. Uh-huh. Ta-da! Motherfucker. I just really like that. It's like, God damn it! Like, motion he does. Like, oh, God. This is totally good cop, bad. Well, actually, it's bad cop and bigger fucking idiot. Dude, shut the fuck up. I love how he's got all this shit figured out. He really is the greatest detective. They got Batman. They wanted the greatest detective for this movie, so they got a Batman.
Yeah.
Whoop. Ow! Fucking hell, shit. Only in LA would you have this kind of banter with a gun to your head.
It's very true. Yeah.
Like, shut the hell up. And now he's going to do LA Confidential.
Yeah.
Which you should never do. Ah, you idiot! Dude! Dude! Dude, for real! Like...
Who taught you math?
Right? What the hell is wrong with you? You fucking dumbass! Like, you know, if you play Russian roulette, you're gonna get shot. Alright? Like, oh my god. You guys are fucking stupid. And he's literally doing the math.
Stop multiplying.
Wow. He's like, yeah, but seriously? Also, if you're ever going to do that... seriously, if you were ever going to do that, you got to, like, before you pull the trigger, at least look where the bullet you put in. Because in a revolver, you can see that shit. Oh, motherfucker. Nice. Oh shit. Oh, snap. That's an actress sticking on her feet right there.
Yup.
Oh. Ow. No.
So, apparently, originally in this scene, they used duct tape and it just didn't look right, so they had to run out and get manacles.
Oh, God. Good God. Yeah. Even just clamping them on is just like, ow.
Apparently, to get the reactions right in this movie, there was somebody, like, kneeling down behind him, jabbing him in the kidneys.
With, like, a broom pole or something?
Something, yeah.
And, hey, look, we've got our torture scene. Well done. Well done, boys.
I am ready for my 16 murders.
Right. But unfortunately we don't quite get there.
I know.
we get about 5, so we get at least a third of the way there. So it's cool. This is the fucking squirt gun with the water. Now this is hilarious. Perry, please shut the fuck up. No, this is just fucking genius. Please shut up, it hurts. Yeah. Excuse you? Rude, but okay.
I love. Are you okay? Not really. No.
No. He just had a battery pack strapped to his balls. Okay, now there's a huge thing that I was wondering while I was watching this. How the fuck does look? Because I get in hearses they have like a locking mechanism for the casket and whatnot, but is there such a locking mechanism in there for that?
I would imagine, particularly if it's a van designed for transporting people, which do exist.
Okay, because for a second I thought that should have, as soon as she like reared around the corner, that corpse would have been flying out the back.
Oh yeah.
And hey, isn't it weird that this exact same setup was kind of in one of the Bad Boys movies, where the corpses started falling out of the back of the van?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Isn't that weird that there's like an exact same thing, but of course this one's done way better, and in far better taste, because you know Shane Black ain't no Michael Bay. Good God!
Ooh.
Damn, that little bit right there, I'm pretty sure that's where a good chunk of the budget went, besides the stars.
Yeah, probably.
Because that was an earnest. God damn, man! Those are some hardcore stunts, actually. Whoop, 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 whoop. And broken leg, broken. Goodbye. You're out of the game. Done.
Honestly, probably only broken because of the heels she was wearing.
Yeah. Oh! Shit. Noir moment. That's so straight out of, like, you know, one of the old detective film movies right there. Oh, shit. See, when I first watched this, I thought this was kind of ingenious. Like, and then the blood comes out, and that just tells you everything that he's like, oh, he dead. But then in this shot, I was like, hang on, Shane Black, excuse me. Why do you have Val Kilmer in the foreground with Robert in the background? Like, I know he's out of focus and everything,
right?
But if you look at Val Kilmer's body, like, really closely, and it's coming up in a moment. Yeah, you can see him breathing. Do you notice that?
Yes, but that's good.
Val Kilmer is breathing, and now.
But he is.
Well, no. My point is, when I first watched this, visually speaking, when the blood comes out of his mouth, I'm like, dead. But I'm like, hey, he's still breathing, and I took that as a
mistake.
A movie mistake. But in actuality, that does come back later because. Alive! Because movie! Yay! So, like, watching it a second time, I'm like, oh my god, you're fucking brilliant. At first, I thought you were just making a really classic, you know, sophomore, high school movie mistake. But, in fact, you do know what you're doing. You're brilliant again, Shane Black. Oh, shit, coming around on the grassy knoll. Incoming! Whoop! Ow. Oh, God. How are you holding on? Because movie, that's why, right? More than any movies like this, more than any other, require to have movie bullshit to hold shit together.
Oh yeah,
it's the glue.
I mean, it's ridiculous movie bullshit, but it's fun.
Oh yeah, especially this shit right here. Catch, pop, pop. Gotta have a one-liner for your villain. Good hit, and whoop! Oh! Now this shit was cool. The stunt work. Put, pop, boom. Nice. That's something I would have expected out of a John Wick movie, honestly. Like, you see how just, like, slick that was? Good shit. The only thing missing in this, the only thing missing in that wide shot was the flashing lights of the sirens coming around the corner.
Yeah. Yep. That would have played well.
Yep. Yes, it would have. Because honestly, I think he kind of missed out on. Oh, come on.
Well, no. But it works because it went through Perry.
Yeah. But then it's like, oh, it didn't stop the bullet. Oh. He's like, it's okay. Like, it's just a flesh wound. 'Tis but a scratch. But yeah, I think that last scene would have benefited from, the red and blue flashes of the cop cars.
A little bit, yeah. I feel ya.
I think they blew their budget on that car wreck, though.
This movie is fantastic for a $15 million movie. I mean,
oh, absolutely. But if they had, I bet you, like, Shane Black is just kicking himself. Like, if I just had one extra mil, we could have made that shot happen. Oh yeah. Love this. Abraham Lincoln for no reason. Elvis the King. Oh my god, that's fucking great. Welp. Boy, you gotta love those plot twists that weren't what you expected, but also somehow neatly plot everything together. Someone's been reading some Agatha Christie.
Oof. Heavy.
Nice.
Oof.
Oh no. Beat me in Morse code.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, this is great. See, he's kind of enabling him, so I feel like, there's a little bit of a bi thing kind of sort of going, but not really. Again, I think I'm just reading in too much and I'm full of shit, but damn it, that's my headcanon and I'm going with it. And of course, we got to have our nice little epilogue. I don't know why, but the cane and the long coat is just a really slick presence for him.
Ooh.
buried her 20 years ago. I'm Batman. Just once, you know.
Ooh.
I really kind of wish this was, because I know this was before Iron Man, but just once I would love to hear, just see like an Instagram post on Robert Downey Jr. meeting up with Val Kilmer again after so many years, and they're just gonna go back and forth with one another. I'm Batman. I am Iron Man. I'm Batman. I am Iron Man. The fucking bear again. I also love that Shane Black, I think it wasn't just the budget or anything, but I love how that bear is intentionally scary as fuck.
Right.
But yeah, it's this part right here where I was kind of convinced that no, there's a little bit of a thing going on between those two. Like, it's not exactly like couple or anything, but these two, I feel like these two are definitely like mandating one another. Because seriously, look at that presence.
They do a really good job keeping the finger off.
Yeah. Sir, clearly you have not been to Ohio.
Right?
Like, we outdo you in quite a bit, man.
Well, I mean, we have nothing else to do here. That's what, unfortunately...
We have nothing else to do but to get stoned with weed and or meth. So, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, seriously, like, the, what was it, the lower, like, the southern eastern part of Ohio, yeah, nothing but meth heads, I assure you.
Oh. Well, that's just because you're starting to get into the foothills of the Appalachia.
Yeah, exactly. The weird, crazy mountain people. But anyway, yeah, man, so, oh, by the way, I just realized, the little girl who played Harmony, his little 7-year-old, you know who that was?
I do not.
That was Ariel Winter.
Okay.
Ariel fucking Winter, dude. Like, that was actually our very first role. Like, holy shit.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now she's turning out like to be like a really like a big actress, especially as a voice actress, because you've seen her in Paranorman. She was Carrie Kelly in Dark Knight Returns, the animated movie. I know she was in. Oh God, there was a couple others that she was in. I know she's done a ton of voice work on TV and whatnot, but yeah, apparently she's was an up and coming actress, and yeah, this was her very first role ever.
Interesting.
Yeah, so apparently this movie was like the beginning of quite a few resurgence and things like that. So what? Yeah, what a milestone movie.
Everyone has to start somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. So after now I've seen this for a second time. Yeah, I kind of see why some weirdos would put this on their, unorthodox Christmas lists. But personally, I'm sorry, it's just not quite there for me. I'll watch this literally any other time of the year.
Oh yeah, I mean, I this is a super fun movie. It's one of my favorite things to do is to show this to people who have no idea it exists.
Right? Yeah. And also it also, again, like we said, oh hey, look, it's the best boy. Ron Edmondson. I guess he really is someone's nephew. But yeah, when you show this to people who haven't heard of it, it's like, yeah, this is totally what landed Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man, and it totally shows. Well, and he solves mystery crimes with Batman. So what's not to like?
Yeah, and I think, so this came out like the winter after I graduated college. Or like the fall, so it's like I was going to see movies, but like somehow this wasn't even on my radar. And I think that's a lot of it. I think it flew so below radar that a lot of people.
Look at that. The first 3 songs are all Christmas movies. So I guess we are full of shit. That it is totally a bona fide Christmas movie.
But yeah, there's, as I said, like I think a lot of people it flew under the radar. People missed it, and I mean I'm very fortunate that Santa called me a hoe. I need to find that song.
I need to get that song. Excuse. Hi.
But so I was fortunate enough to have a good friend of mine show me this movie, and I was just damn, how did I miss out? Now I like to pay it forward and introduce others to it. So
yes, absolutely, and hopefully we've been able to really bask in your nerdiness over this movie. And if you know anyone who hasn't seen it, have them watch this, and hell, maybe when they're done they can watch it with us again right here on this show. So I don't know if you have anything else to say about this one, because I'm kind of out of ideas at this point. The only thing that I noticed was that Robert Downey Jr. actually wrote this last song, and because apparently he worked on his very first album while he was making this movie. Like this really was comeback city for him. But otherwise, great film, love it. Not a Christmas movie in my book, but I'll definitely watch it any other time of the year, because again, I've been meaning to watch it for years and years and years, and I needed to watch it for this show so I could do the commentary justice. Finally watched it, loved it, and now I'm gonna probably revisit it like 100 times.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot more to say than we've already said. I love this movie, but I will also say I am a big fan of noir type movies and detective type stories and all that kind of stuff. So and it's such you can say that it's a tried and true genre in Hollywood, because sure it is, but it's really not done that much anymore. And considering there was this heyday of Hollywood where it's like, you'd be getting at least one a year.
Yeah.
So when I actually get them and they're good, I cherish that.
Yeah, it's weird because now it's all about we're gonna get like 10 Marvel movies this year, and it's like, dude, really? Can we get more weird and original movies content like this? Like, can it not just be like a flood of IP? But whatever.
Well, and that's just it. The last kind of one that I really think about was another movie by the same director, because I really do like The Nice Guys. Very different feel to it, and certainly would rub some people the wrong way, but it has that. I don't know. He does a really good job of creating characters. So even though he has something of a formula, and by that I mean he likes to deal in these kind of buddy situations, but that formula allows for so much latitude because of how you can make different characters.
Yes, absolutely. And honestly, if you really like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, y'all should check out The Nice Guys, because it's actually pretty fucking good. I haven't actually sat down and watched it yet, but I'm told it's very, very much in the... I know, right? And Sean's giving me the stink eye for those of you listening back home, but again, it's on my list. There's too much fucking shit to watch these days, but that's why we're here. We are here to watch this shit together. So I've been Tim.
I've been Sean.
And you'll never have to watch a movie alone again. Peace.